Alrighty, we are ready to start our T180 professional keratin treatment. And first, I'm going to evaluate Michelle's hair here and kind of see what issues she might have going on. Just check the health of her hair and kind of determine what technique is going to be the best for her. Okay, her ends feel a little dry and brittle, so I'm definitely going to make sure I focus on those and make sure I get some of the protective serum on it to make sure we keep that healthy. And then I'm going to take about 2 to 3 pumps of my protective serum to apply on the hair to help seal her ends and protect it while I get ready to do the treatment. I'm going to start on her ends, and then especially going to make sure I apply it on any of her more sensitized pieces where it's a little drier, just to make sure it's evenly distributed. Okay, so now that I have her hair all sectioned off, I am going to go ahead and get ready to start my application. So on dry hair, I'm going to take her section, give it a little bit of tension just so it's nice and straight. And you want to use about 2 to 3 pumps at a time. And depending on the, again, length and thickness of your client's hair, on this particular section, I'm going to use 2 pumps. And then I'm going to use the wider part of my comb just to brush that through and make sure, again, it's evenly distributed and on each section. I'm going to do 2 pumps on this section again. I like to do a pump and then use my thumb to start distributing it down. And again, I'm going to go about 1/2 inch from the scalp and then just brush it in to the section under it. Now, as we work our way to the top of Michelle's hair, some of her layers are getting a little longer because now I'm in a different section of her head. So I'm going to go ahead and start using about 3 pumps on this section just to make sure, again, I get it saturated from the top to the bottom. So we have completed our first section. Only took about 5 minutes, which is great. And now I'm going to move on to section number 2 on this back side of her hair. Should look something like this. You can tell there's no product residue dripping, so I didn't oversaturate it, and her hair has absorbed most of it good, which is what we want, so that way you can hold it. Now we're going to get ready to put her under a little bit of heat. You want to put it in a plastic cap, and the heat times will vary depending on your client's hair and their hair needs. It can be 10 to 15 minutes. And the product comes with lots of great charts to help you figure out exactly what would be best for your client. With Michelle's hair being on the fine side and it does have some damage and some brittleness to it, I'm gonna go on the little bit of the lesser side of time, and I'm gonna put her under heat for 10 minutes with the option of maximum time being 15 minutes, but I'm gonna do 10 for Michelle. Her 10 minutes of processing time has come to an end, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring her over to the shampoo bowl to begin the rinsing process. So go ahead and come on right over here. It's going to be roughly 50 seconds for her rinse to make sure that I get the majority of it out, but I leave some of it. If your clients have more resistant hair or unruly hair, again, you can refer to the chart and the timing may vary slightly. Like most of the product is rinsed off her hair, but I can still feel a little bit of it on there, and that's what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Michelle over back to the chair, and then we'll begin our drying process. So once you bring your client back from the bowl, we're just going to go ahead and gently untangle her hair and get it brushed, so that way it's ready for us to use our round brush to blow it out with. A round brush that is ionic is recommended. That will help give you the best smoothing, quick drying results. It's already feeling smooth and much better than when she came in. I know after some of the other treatments I used to do, the detangling process would take some time. So this has already started having the benefits of her smooth cuticle, so it's very easy to work through, and we haven't even finished. So now that her hair is untangled, I'm going to use my blow dryer and I'm going to remove some of her excess water And then once I get about 20 to 30% of this water out, just to get me started, personally, I like to put her back into 4 sections just to make my blow dry quicker, cleaner, and go overall a little faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of her water, and then I'll grab my clips and my round brush to begin the rest of her drying process. And you can also tell that it didn't affect her color, that her blonde is still vibrant and beautiful, and there's no weird tones that got pulled out or added into her hair. So that's another great thing of it being so safe and natural, is it really helps your color treated clients to lock in and maintain their beautiful color. So you can see here some of Michelle's natural texture starting to come through. And she has very, very tight curls if she wanted. You can see the wave pattern. So now I'm able to get it nice and stick and straight and smooth with very little effort, thanks to the smoothing treatment in there. All right, we are complete with the back of her hair on our blowout. And again, there is no smoke filled in my studio, and her hair already is feeling good and looking great. So we're gonna go ahead and dry the front of her hair now. All right, we just finished her blowout process, and it was quick and easy with no fumes and residue everywhere. So now that her hair is completely dry, I'm gonna take, again, about 2 to 3 pumps of my protective serum, and I'm really gonna make sure I put that again on her ends and where there might be some extra damage or anything like that I really wanna make sure I protect. Brush it through to make sure it's distributed evenly. One of my favorite things about this serum too is it doesn't make the hair look oily or greasy. It just adds nice shine and makes it look and feel incredibly soft. All right, we have just finished Michelle's treatment. I just completed the flat ironing process where, once again, there's no residue on my hands, in the air. There was no odor the whole time. So we had a great time, good experience. And now, as you can see, her hair looks healthy. It has a beautiful shine to it. It still bounces and moves. And then now Michelle just has to follow the at-home steps, and it will help keep her hair like this for about 3 months ranging. And she will use the shampoo and the conditioner at home and the protective serum. And then also there is no washing or getting it wet for up to 72 hours. And we also recommend you do not use hairsprays or some other products for up to 96 hours. Other than that, and then also no ponytails or hair ties or tucking of the hair. Your goal is basically to keep it in this dry state, nice and straight and smooth for a minimum of 3 days.